You are listening to the East Texas Banner right here at easttexasbanner.com. We have the privilege of sitting down with Sheriff Robert Burby here in Newton. Now, last 24 hours kind of been a little bit of a chase, huh?
Yeah, we was on a fugitive manhunt,
Okay.
I might get in trouble, but the saying is, but everybody know who he's chasing. Was chasing Rodney Blankenship and everything, and I'm gonna show his photo
Okay.
that we just put out, captured on December 14th and everything. This started a while back when I released the first photo about his charges and what he was wanted for and everything. And Mr. Blankenship has had a array of charges in Jasper as well as Newton County, and recently was indicted by a grand jury for some charges. And we put that out and got a lot of information, and we've been so much chasing him for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And yesterday, we came up with a plan to take him into custody with the help of DPS narcotics, DPS patrol, Jasper SO, Jasper County SO, Newton County SO, DPS airship at the end, and Lumberton PD K9 unit. We was able to track him in to Curryville, and we saw him on Highway 96 and attempted to make a stop on him, and he evaded us and ran towards the cat refuge.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
And stopped.
This is an infamous place, the cat refuge.
Yes, and he bailed out at the cemetery right down the street from the cat refuge, and fled into the woods. Set the perimeter up, and we checked cars in and out.
Yeah.
Took a couple hours with the help of all the deputies and folks that was on scene for the duration. We waited, and the airship came up, and we used FLIR and located him, and we all went in to extract him out of this wooded area. He was down by a creek, and he fled across the creek. And one of the things what happens when you're using a K9, you got to be knowledgeable, know how a K9 works, and don't get in front of the K9. So, everybody did not run in behind him because the dog will pick up scent of the wrong person.
Right.
And we were successful in locating him and taking him into custody without injury to any of the officers on the scene and or Mr. Blankenship and everything. Got a little wet, but you dry off.
It is what happens when you cross the creek.
Huh?
I said that is what
Yeah,
happens
that's what
when you
happens.
cross the creek.
Yeah, when you. So it wasn't too cold out there last night either. So anyway.
What was his initial charges? I mean, or the charges that he's kind of running from right now?
He had a charge of possession of a controlled substance.
Okay.
The felony charges, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and
so he's already a convicted felon.
Yeah, and he was in possession of a stolen vehicle.
Okay.
So those was the charges he got indicted over.
Okay.
Recently, the felony charges, and there's some charges out of Jasper County and probation violation as well.
Gotcha.
So a little things, and now he's facing felony evading from last night. So he's in Jasper County jail because it happened over in Curryville. So once they finish with him, we'll take him over here, and he'll be on in our custody.
Gotcha.
That's going to take a while, but anyway,
Sure.
this is this is one of those things when you talk about you can run but you can't hide,
Yeah.
everything, and he's just one of many.
Yeah.
He's just one of many. We have a couple more people that we're looking for, and everything, and there's going to be other folks to get on our list that we're looking for. And one of the things that we do is to random initiative produce random results. So we're focused, we're deliberate, and we're strategic. Those folks who have these warrants, the best thing that they can do, bring their behinds down here and turn themselves in, because it's not if we're going to get them, it's when.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Time is on our side. The
Sure.
law is on our side. So, with that said, the next thing we just had I just put out a press release on Mr. Larkin. Incidentally, came up missing out of cat refuge, and I put a press release out because the anniversary him been missing been over a year, 17th of November, and it is time that people who have come in and tell us their side of it, that this is the time to correct your state and everything, because when we're going to get to the bottom of it, and we find out that you misled us, or you lied, or you was involved, you'll be the appropriate action will be taken. Okay.
So you putting a little heads up to people who've already come out,
Right.
and communicated, right, just to say, hey, if your story wasn't right, you
Yeah.
need to get it right.
Because we talked to a lot of folks. We've done a lot of searching. We've searched with bloodhounds. We've searched with cadaver dogs. We did search warrants on places and everything. That information was given to us that did not pan out and everything. So if you're leading us, call yourself leading us in the wrong way, you're wasting our time and the taxpayers' money, and you're prolonging the agony of the Larkin family. So this is the time for you to do what you humanly should do. Treat others like you want to be treated, or you want your folks to be treated, and give the proper care and to come in and be truthful.
Right.
Because a lie can't live forever.
That is true. That is true. So it's been a year.
Yeah.
So without digging into obviously a bunch of the details of the situation, I mean, he just basically vanished overnight.
And people don't do that. People don't. That doesn't happen without help. Okay.
Sure.
Even if someone wanted to vanish on their own, and I don't think by no means this was the case, because we have markers on certain things to see if there's any activity on certain personal items,
right?
That a person who living a normal life will be utilizing, and that's not the case. Have been the case. So that means he had some help. If we at this point we're looking at there was some foul play involved and everything, and we're handling it at that stage, at that level and everything, and that is why we're not playing, and that's why we've got the names of a whole lot of folks who had some kind of access and or interactions with Josh, Mr. Larkin, and if you feel like you say you felt about him, you should want to make sure that what you tell us is the truth.
Yeah.
Okay? Again,
right.
My God, this guy have kids. You have a mother, you have a sister, and everything. You have friends who do actually care and everything. So we're living in a different time. It used to be, well, we can't talk about this. We need to talk about this, because society has gotten to the point that we just let too much get by us. because we're being politically correct
Sure.
and everything.
Sure.
Nothing stays the same. We need to be innovative. We need to be proactive and everything, and we need to change with the time to get these kind of things, to address these kind of things, and to bring closure to a family who's been in agony for over the last year.
Yeah. I can't imagine what that'd be like, man. To have one of your loved ones go missing and there's no, I mean, they've got this happening all over these counties, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what to me, I don't know. It almost seems like, in a way, you know, I don't know if this is directly correlated to drugs, you know, because I don't know the investigation. But Cat Refuge normally speaks of, you know, drugs and craziness, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to an invitation down to the Cat Refuge ever. But like over in Jasper County, I mean, Tyler County, you got missing people going all the time.
Absolutely, Jay. We when we had that found the skull out on by the Sabine River banks, which is another investigation. I did not know it was so many folks that had come up missing in this area. I know how I feel, and I'm not a family member. So I know that being a family member, someone who's blood or relationship connected, how they feel, and that's who I work for.
Yeah.
That's who I work for, and I'm going to tell you this, that we're doing a whole lot, and we're not sitting on our asses on these things. It's just that you never see the finished product or what we're doing until we get to the finished product.
Until you have the finished product.
Yeah. And what I'm trying to do here is show a different paradigm here. The paradigm has changed so far as I'm concerned. I want to be as transparent as I can, and even more so because I know how information can get out there and it can be misinformation.
Right.
And then I have worked in the past, whereas we have chased misinformation that took up our time and taxpayers' money.
Right.
And I don't want that. That's why I try to be as transparent as possible. Because I ain't got time for this BS.
Right.
You know, I don't have time for the BS. I don't have time for that's how they do it on TV. This is the real world. This is not TV world.
Right.
Okay? And so that's why I'm very, you know, I am very cognizant of that. And I feel, you know, full with trying to do the right thing for the citizens and everything. And to try, as well as try to get these people off the streets who causing harm to the citizens in one way or another. The drug issue, people steal things to go sell and or trade for drugs. That hurt people who work hard for their stuff, and it affects you and I because we have to pay insurance premiums. That makes our insurance premium goes up because people file claim, and rightfully so.
Right.
And so it's incumbent on us to do our very best to address those issues and not sit down and just say, oh well, it didn't affect me. Oh well, that's how it is.
Right.
I don't take that's how it is. I get up and go to it.
Yeah.
You know, I get up. You know, we run the gunfire and everything. Not now, not just now. We always done that and always will. We run to danger. We try to prevent danger every day, but sometimes we fall a little short. And when it happens, we try to catch up. And what we're doing, we always have to look like we play the catch-up game and everything. But I tell you what, I want to be as close as possible to be able to reach out and catch those criminals who are causing harm to our folks over here.
Right.
And our bordering counties, because I don't know if you know, we have memorandum of agreements that we can work in these counties that join us and everything.
Okay.
So just like I'm just as much a cop over in Jasper County and everything, working with them as over here.
Okay.
Okay. And that's what I'm letting these crooks know. You can run, but you cannot hide
Right.
from us. We're motivated. We are turned on to crime fighting and everything. 110% of the time. Okay. I had four deputies there last night who was off the clock, who was off per se, who came in and to help out and everything with no questions asked.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway,
That's
I
good,
kind
man.
of get on the platform because I'm passionate about this.
No, I get
You
it.
know?
I get it. I mean, it's you know, it's kind of like anything else. I mean, law enforcement is some level of a calling, you know, and I mean, especially when you see everything that's going on in society, and situations like with this Blankenship, and you know, you don't know how much. You may have a little bit of a clue because you're on that side of it. You know, you have a better bird's eye view as to what kind of damage he has actually brought into the community. You know, at the same time, you know, I mean, we ain't beating up on the guy other than the fact that, you know, he's been a criminal and now he is caught. So
yeah, and again, there's, you know, substance abuse is a hell of a thing.
Sure.
We try to provide help to those who want it,
Right.
but we can't make them take it.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah.
And we're always trying to do that, and we're just one entity. There's many other entities out there who work, you know, the churches and everything. I have pastors that come here weekly to minister to these folks and everything. And one of the things about the jail ministry, we don't turn pastors away.
Right.
You know, and we let them see the folks, regardless one. Because if we can turn someone around,
sure,
you know, we can turn them away from it coming in here.
Right.
You know,
no doubt.
And or committing crimes. So
what else you got kind of going on these days?
Well, you know, we put another press release. I'm still talking about putting out press release, but that's my way of letting you guys know what we're doing. We recently signed an interlocal agreement with the Burby Parish to house overflow of inmates over there, and we started that couple of days ago. Because the jail commission hit us for being over capacity. But where I'm gonna put them? You know, I got Jasper that's busting at the seams. You know.
So what is? So let me ask you this: whenever they come in and they do an overcapacity and they give you a strike for that or whatever, what is the current capacity that the jail can hold?
14
legally.
14. And that's not a whole lot of folks. 14, and I give you the numbers. 14 here. We can hold 14, and the numbers right now, as we speak, there's 11 here, and there's 11 in Louisiana, and there is 6 in Jasper.
Okay.
You know.
So we got basically 17 people being farmed out or
right. And
kept at other locations.
Yeah. But mind you this, we do have some we sent a lot of folks to TDC, Texas Department of Justice, which is, you know, prison, state prison. We have some people that's on the roads to be shipped out, and we've been doing that like weekly, and sometimes it takes a little longer than we would like and everything. It looks like we're at the mercy of other folks, and we get the burden for it. We get the burden for doing our jobs.
Sure.
You know, catching these folks and getting them sentenced. The courts doing their job and everything, and it's a ripple effect. You know, that's why I believe in smooth transitions and everything, and it always at the lowest level the ones that get all the heat. So you know, we have to get out in compliance. We are compliant in so far as the capacity now because we're below our 14.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So now with you know, I know we've talked before about mental health and people being, you guys kind of being the front line for mental health folks who are really turned out to the streets in a way. I mean, how does that affect y'all's capacity? I guess
it affects our capacity daily. And since I've been in office, we've always had one or two mental, let's call them mental patients,
okay,
who are deemed incompetent to stand trial until they be found competent. We have 3, and we've had 3 for a very long time, waiting on bed space, as that's what they term it, a facility for them to be taken to, because different facilities have different levels. So we got 3 right now, and I think one of them is supposed to be shipping out today, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, it is a burden on us, because we're not a mental facility.
Right.
We have to make sure that we're within standards, state standards and everything. We provide everything that we can and what we're according to do to just keep them safe, to keep the staff safe, right, and everything in a building that's not set up for that. Okay. So we need a jail. We need a jail. We're paying. We have paid over $220,000.
Okay, one more time. $220,000
over the last year for housing inmates, for their medical, for keeping this place running. This building and everything, because those are big ticket items. The infrastructure is falling apart. You need the electronics and stuff. We have it's constantly plumbing. It's constantly something. It's not a week go by that something doesn't get degraded, that we have to either get replaced or repair. Mind you, that because of the age of this facility, there's a lot of things that's not being manufactured anymore.
Sure.
Period.
Because this is still the courthouse. This is attached to the courthouse.
Right.
And because it's attached to the courthouse, it falls underneath that historical label.
No, not this portion.
Not this portion.
No.
But you're just talking about the overall age. I mean, when was this section built?
In the early 80s.
In the early 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally these things are built for about 20, 30 years.
Okay.
But we're pushing
kind of
40.
past that.
Yeah, we're pushing 40. Anytime you build a building, especially a public building, you need to probably kind of plan for the future. And you need to plan it whereas as things change, you're able to add on to it. I remember when I was a chief at another place, the way it was constructed, they cut some corners to save some money, because everything costs money.
Right.
So the money was spaced, but they built it whereas down the road they could add more space. It's set up. The infrastructure was set up.
Right.
So they did have the future in mind.
Right.
And everything, and they had the present in mind too. They didn't go over budget. A jail now, man, we're talking about 20 million plus.
Wow.
And another thing, if we started today on a new facility, 2 years before we put the first knucklehead in there, at least. So it's like swimming with a bag of rocks on your back.
Yeah.
So but we gotta do something. There's been talking with the judge and the commissioners, and we're exploring options and everything. Mind you, it's not a Sheriff Burby problem, it's a Newton County problem. Okay? I inherited this. But one of the things about my DNA, I don't shrink from a challenge. I run to it. I overcome it. And we got to be patient. We got to be mindful. We got to think these things out, and we're going to do that to make it better, make a better Newton for tomorrow. With the plant coming in the future, we're going to have a lot of good folks who move Newton County.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some bad folks come too, because they always follow good folks. You know, that's all. That
Sure.
is a proven fact.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we started our neighborhood watch, and there's signs going up that we're putting up, and I'm very proud of that. In the Bondware area, in our Sanjak, Biloxi, and
Belgrade.
Falwell, Belgrade,
Yep.
and Buckhorn area, and we're doing that and everything, and we are going to continue to make sure that our group is solid and expand that group too. Right now, we're in the midst of the political season, and a lot of misinformation is going out, I'm sure, to make certain opponents look good and others look bad. Only thing I ask, check the facts, buddy. Check the facts. You know, see who's in true blue, and who you support who you want to support. That ain't what I'm talking about, and everything. I took this job to make Newton better, and everything, and I think I'm doing that, but I'm doing it with the help of the Newton folks, Newton County folks. When I say Newton, I mean Newton County, not the city of Newton, Newton County, period. That whole 80-mile stretch, that whole 837 square mile of folk and everything. Proud to be Newton County and everything, and that should show if you ever meet me. So anyway, got a lot of work to do though, and I think that's why a lot of folks run for second term, because you can't get hardly anything done the first term. So I'm looking forward to that. So the jail is a serious situation.
It's a priority.
That's right, and it's been a situation a long time, and at least the folks now trying. I get people telling me that they're supported us in getting a new jail. Folks, we've been sending money to Jasper, and I love them too, because they're like our half brothers or brothers and sisters, because they have stood with Newton for many, many years. Now we're getting ready to send money to another state and everything. The cost, and I need to make sure the cost is $60 per inmate per day, and that is not bad.
Right.
Jasper is going to be $45 starting 1 January. Right now it's $40 per inmate per day, and I think that is very reasonable. Again, that shows the relationship that Jasper and Newton has had over the years, because that was done before I got here.
Yeah.
I talked to a sheriff the other day, and he's paying I think $90 some per inmate where his overflow is, and our overflow is in Louisiana, over in Quincy, and there used to be a prison that had been managed by Burby Parish, and we're not the only Texas sheriff's office that have
Inmates.
over there, and we're probably not going to be the last, because there's a lot of folks out there. They say crime has went down, and they tell you there's more people in our country than it used to be.
Yeah.
So with more people, you're gonna have more opportunity for the numbers are gonna go up, and we just can't, let people out of jail or not put people in jail who commit crimes. Now, for the record, because of the Sandra Bland Act, there's very rarely ever that we put Class C violators in jail. Only a few exceptions with the intoxication or simple assault, family violence. And that's only for hours. That's mandated. So we got medium and maximum level offenders. We got high grade misdemeanors and felonies.
Right.
So, and another thing that happens, and I covered that in my statement, my press release, it's because of their past history and their bond amounts and their holes for various reasons.
Right.
They can't get out. You know, they can't bond out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that compiles the problem with jail overcrowding, and I'm not gonna. We just can't say, oh well, we're full. We need to let some out. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather take the hit from being over capacity than let one of these knuckleheads out and go out and do something stupid.
Yeah.
Hurt somebody or worse.
So some people will be out here and they may have the question, why go to Beauregard Parish whenever you get a cheaper price over here at Jasper?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Jasper's always going to be our first option.
Okay.
But again, like I said before, they can only take so many.
Right.
They can only take so many. So economically, yes, they're cheaper, but they can only take so many.
Right.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, and I talked to Scotty, Chief Deputy, just the other day about that. And we're trying to make it where we can manage this efficiently, where so we don't overcrowd them.
Right.
And have some space here.
Right.
Space fill up here, we go there. Space fill up over there, then we have to go over there.
Right.
So yes, we've all have that in our plan.
Nice. Well, so once again, going back to the fact that prison is priority, and if someone has got warrants out here, they need to come on down and find them a nice, comfortable seat down here at the sheriff's office.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you like this: since I've been in office, we'll turn people away.
Yeah.
Just because of the numbers. We'll find somewhere to put you.
Yeah.
That's on us. Yeah, we'll find somewhere to jail management.
Sure.
A lot of folks say, well, we need a working sheriff. I say, hell, I work my ass off. And like I say, you don't believe me, ask my wife how much I stay at home. And just like last night, I went home last night, and my wife said, you got mud all over your boots. I said, really? I said, yeah, I'm going to take a picture of that. Because they said I don't work. And I had mud all over my boots.
Yeah, I think, what's the quote? Yeah, 8 to 5, you're 8 to 5 sheriff.
Really?
Well, I mean, that's what the street says sometimes.
8 to 5 sheriff. Okay.
I don't know. But at the same time, neither here nor there. I mean, hey, people in what they say. I mean, Facebook's got an interesting way of divulging information that may just
not be true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this: I'm a sheriff anywhere I'm at, any time of day. I was just telling my administrative assistant. I was in Jasper most of yesterday. If you need me, call me. I'm just as much sheriff over there. Over here to take care of my stuff over here. So.
Right.
So that's just the way it is. I am human. I'm not a machine. Eventually, I need to shut my eyes, get some rest, and everything. Because even any well-oiled machinery has to be have scheduled maintenance.
Sure, no doubt.
So
any last things you want to put out to the people, man?
We don't quit, man. We don't quit. We keep moving forward. People can help by, if you see something, say something. We got bands and stickers, or see something, say something, and we do get people to say something and everything. I did get some feedback from those news interviews, and that's what it's all about. Because a lot of folks, live their lives, and they're not in our world.
Sure.
And everything. That's why it's incumbent on me to make sure that they being transparent and everything, to let them know what we're dealing with, what other folks are dealing with, and what they can do to make sure they don't have to suffer the ills of these knuckleheads' actions. I want people to enjoy this holiday season. Life is short and it's precious. Make sure you tell people that you care for, that you love them, and that you care for them.
Right.
Be the best person you can to yourself, and that bleeds over into being the best person you can to others. Treat people like you want to be treated. They said that's the golden rule. It used to be said that. Well, I think there's folks out there never heard that before.
Yeah, well, you're probably right about that. There's probably a whole generation of people who ain't heard that before.
Yeah. It's more about helping others, and don't just do it during the holiday season, Thanksgiving, and those kind of things. Do it year round.
Yeah.
Do it every day. And then if you do it long enough, it becomes part of you. And you do it without even thinking about it. And before you know it, you make some changes. You affect people's lives that you don't have no knowledge of.
Yeah.
And plus, too, you feel a lot better about yourself.
No doubt. Sheriff Burby, we appreciate you taking time with us.
Hey, man, anytime.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to the East Texas Banner right here at EastTexasBanner.com. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a great holiday.